Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Cavaliers MyNBA series here on NBA2K21 for the PlayStation 5. Today we will be continuing the Eastern Conference Finals with games 3 and 4, and these two games are very important as we are currently down 2-0 in the series, and so far the Eastern Conference Finals has not gone to plan. After we swept Boston in the first round and swept Detroit in the second round, we were really feeling ourselves, but we have not done well in either matchup versus the Bucks. We have gotten absolutely tormented by Giannis Antetokounmpo, who scored 35 points in Game 1 and 50 points in Game 2. We have not been able to defend Giannis at all, and because of that, the Bucks have been able to beat us fairly convincingly both times. So as we enter these next two games, both on the road, we have to win at least one of them to keep our season alive, and we could be putting ourselves in a far better position if the series is 2-2 rather than 1-3 or obviously 0-4. So these are two super important games. We need to play well. We need to get back on track in this series, because if we don't, then we're not making the NBA Finals this year, which is certainly the goal. I have adjusted with the rotation a little bit. I briefly showed it at the end of last episode, but long story short, I want to get my key guys more minutes. So Shepard, Garrett, and Kawhi, and Miles Turner will be entering the starting lineup instead of Yusuf Diafafa-Fobo, because Big Fafa has struggled so far in this series, and Miles Turner has played well. It seems like the defense is better when Turner is on the floor. Although Big Fafa was very good in the first two playoff series, we're trying to figure out our best lineups that match up against Milwaukee, and for whatever reason, Diafafa-Fobo just isn't really doing that for us. So let's get to Game 3. Cleveland rocking with a new starting lineup of Odithia Shepard, Jason Higgins-Wycraft, Cedric Garrett, Kawhi Leonard, and Miles Turner. Garrett and Kawhi's positions have been swapped, so Garrett's now playing the 3, Kawhi's playing the 4. Milwaukee, meanwhile, is going with the same starting lineup of Tyrell Terry, Dante DiVincenzo, Dzanan Musa, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Wendell Carter. So let's get this one underway. Milwaukee wins the opening tip. Miles Turner definitely does not have the length that Big Fafa does, and immediately Giannis posters Kawhi Leonard. So, might be a long day for Kawhi. Hopefully he should defend Giannis better than Garrett, but so far here in the first minute, Giannis already has 2 buckets as he gets an and 1 there. Solid start for Milwaukee as it's now 7-6. A lot of offense here in the first couple minutes. Dzanan Musa with that strike for Wendell Carter Jr., who gets the slam. Now it's 6-9. Nice. As Odithia Shepard has the rock, he gets it over to Cedric Garrett, who drills the tray ball, tying it up at 9. Cleveland is scoring the ball fairly well so far, but Milwaukee's offense has gotten off to a pretty good start too, as Dzanan Musa gets the fadeaway 3. Nice screen from DiVincenzo. 15-14 now. The lob from Carter to Giannis is unsuccessful. Cleveland on the fast break. Here comes Odithia Shepard, driving by the 6'1" Tyrell Terry with no problem. 19-16 now. Here comes Killer Cam Reddish, posterizing Giannis. Look at that slam again. Cam Reddish has postered Giannis a couple times. Other than that, it's mostly been Giannis who's been doing a lot of the posterizing. 21-16, a tough 3 for Jakub Pokovic, and it goes in despite great defense by Reddish. 21-19 now. Trey Burke in the corner for a wide-open Drew Holiday for 3. The Cavs were just up by 5 30 seconds ago, and then Milwaukee would take the lead. Cavs back up 23-22. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Now it's Trey Burke for 3, and the Bucks bench cannot miss from beyond the arc, it looks like. 25-27 now. Reddish misses at the buzzer. So that'll do it for the first quarter. A tight one up to this point. 25-27, Bucks on top. In the first quarters of games 1 and 2, Milwaukee got off to a really big lead. So I suppose this is somewhat encouraging that the Cavs look better. Reddish misses the 3. There's a nice offensive rebound and a putback for Jason Higgins-Wycraft, the rookie out of Virginia. The starters, as you can see, are into the game earlier than they would be otherwise, so you can tell that these minutes are definitely different. Shepard blocks DiVincenzo as the shot clock hits 0. The Bucks offense was lost without Giannis, to put it nicely. After that block, they put Giannis right back in. Shepard makes the 3. Cleveland on a nice little run. They currently lead 34-28. Of course, Giannis is back in the game, so now the Bucks are going to figure out how to play offense again as Giannis catches the lob from Terry. 36-30 now. Here comes Antetokounmpo driving in with no problem and just destroying Kawhi Leonard. That's what Giannis has been doing all series. If you missed the first 2 games, that play was a pretty good summary. Kevin Porter Jr. nearly steals it. Giannis gets it back, and Tyrell Terry drills the 3. Nice shot for Milwaukee, and it seems like their offense has a pulse again now that Giannis is in the ballgame. Nice play by Shepherd, driving by Musa with no problem to put Cleveland back up by 5. Now it's a 3-point game with about 2.5 to go in the first half as Mamadou Etienne, second-year pro out of Nigeria, makes the 3. 48-43 now, with a minute and a half to go. Giannis just blows by Miles Turner, gets the slam. I mean, these Cavs players just aren't quick enough for Giannis. It's not really their fault. They can't really do anything about it. Another nice bucket for Mamadou. This time it's an and 1. Burke called for the foul as it's a 3-point lead for Cleveland. Here is Kevin Porter Jr. going to hold on to it to Garrett at the buzzer. He drills it. A very strong showing on both sides of the floor here in the second quarter for Cleveland, as they'll take a 6-point lead going into halftime. The Cavs look a lot better here in Game 3, although Giannis has still been very impactful. The Cavs have defended the rest of the guys fairly well, and Cleveland is looking good on offense. It seems like the Cavs have adjusted pretty well after losing these first 2 games. On to the second half, 6-point Cavs lead is DiVincenzo with a dime for Wendell Carter, who gets the slam. 56-52 now. Here's Shepherd driving by DiVincenzo with no issue at all, getting the beautiful dunk. 60-54 now. No major lead change so far in the second half as Giannis gets it to a wide open Dante DiVincenzo for 3. And Milwaukee will bring the lead down to 1. The Bucks off to a nice start in the third quarter as Shepherd makes a great cut inside. Odavius Shepherd with a great performance up to this point. He's one of the main reasons why the Cavs are currently winning, as the lob for Cristiano Ronaldo is unsuccessful, but since he's 7'7", he's able to get the rebound and put back without much issue. 62-61 now as Kawhi Leonard drills the 3. That's pretty impressive when there's someone 7'7" defending you, so nice shot there by the Claw. 65-61, the Bucks immediately answer back as Tyrell Terry drills the 3. 65-64 now. Here comes Trey Burke. Tight defense. Burke for the lead. It's good. So that nice lead Cleveland had going into the third quarter is completely evaporated. John Musa now, no good. Grabs his own rebound, gets the putback. The Bucks are really getting into a groove. And the crazy thing is, this is all with Giannis off the floor, which is kind of odd. There's another nice 3 for Kawhi. The Cavs now have 69 points, and they have a nice 1-point lead with under a minute to go here in the third quarter as Mamadou Etienne misses the 3, but a nice putback there by Yusuf Diabatha-Thobo with his first bucket of the game. 73-70 now. Cristiano Ronaldo gets it to Jackson Lewis for 3. Lewis still recovering from his injury, but he is playing tough. So this one is tied up. Kawhi gets it to Kevin Porter Jr. at the buzzer off the mark. And through 3 quarters, this game is tied up at 73. The Bucks looked really impressive those final few minutes of the quarter. With Giannis out of the game, Milwaukee looked quite good. On to the fourth quarter, it's Cam Reddish for 3. Quiet game for Reddish. He only had 4 points in the first 3 quarters, but let's see if he can step up now as Shepherd is blocked by Cristiano Ronaldo. Cavs get it back as Reddish flying in, gets the and 1. A quick start for Reddish. He gets a pair of big buckets, and the Cavs get off to an early 4-point lead. Giannis is back in the game, and Giannis is going to start doing Giannis things again as he gets the dunk. 79-77, DiVincenzo is blocked. It looked like that was Shepherd who made the play. Cavs on the fast break. Cam Reddish in the corner. He's hot. Reddish now up to 13. He is 9 in the fourth, and it's 82-77, but the Bucks come storming right back. Giannis with the and 1 dunk. Garrett is confused with the foul call as we are now tied at 84. There's John Musa for the lead, no good, but Wendell Carter is right there. That's a very unfair matchup. Jason Higgins-Wycraft doesn't really have much of a shot on Carter. Shepherd pump fake, tough pass for Garrett. He gets it over to Cam Reddish. Reddish for 3 again. He cannot miss. Cam Reddish is on fire right now. Bucks up by 1 with 3.5 to go as Shepherd comes swooping in for the slam. And now the Cavs are up. It looks like we're going to have ourselves an intense ending. 3.5 to go. Bucks down by 1, but they get the lead right back as the lob for Giannis is a success. 89-90. Here's DiVincenzo with it. Tight defense. His shot no good, but Giannis is right there for the putback dunk to put Milwaukee up by 3, and Coach Hollins will call a timeout. 89-92, Bucks on the fast break. Here comes Antetokounmpo with the slam. Milwaukee now leads by 5. Cleveland has to start to feel a little bit worried with just over 2 minutes to go. A gigantic three-throw Davius Shepherd. That'll bring the lead down to 2. Now it's a 4-point game. Shepherd again drives by DiVincenzo, gets the layup to fall, and this game is back and forth right now. So now it's tied at 96 as Cam Reddish, oh my god! An and one for Reddish to give the Cavs the lead. That play might have single-handedly just saved this series for Cleveland. An incredible move by Cam Reddish, who has completely stepped up here in the 4th. Giannis misses the open layup. Cavs up by 3 with the basketball. Milwaukee is not going to foul, so Cleveland's just going to hold on to it for as long as they can. At the end of the shot clock, Shepherd makes it, and Cleveland takes a 5-point lead with 10 seconds to go. You cannot make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Most of the Bucks fans have left, which is odd, as Tyrell Terry drills a 3. It's a 2-point game. How is the entire stadium left? That was like the Ray Allen shot when he was on the Heat, when all those Miami fans left, and they didn't get to see that shot. Hopefully we don't get that instance here, because that would imply that the Cavs probably lose the game, as Shepherd is fouled by Dante DiVincenzo. So Shepherd goes to the line. 2 very important free throws. Keep in mind, Milwaukee is out of timeouts as Shepherd greens the first one with ease, and the second one is even greener than the first one. So clutch free throw shooting there by Shepherd. The Cavs have a comfortable 4-point lead as Musa gets it to Tyrell Terry for 3. No good. Turner with the rebound, and that'll do it. The Cleveland Cavaliers win it in dramatic fashion, 103-99. What a game. What an ending. And that play by Cam Reddish is going to go down as an all-timer and possibly the play that shifted the tides of this series. Milwaukee had the momentum going into Game 3. They won the first 2 games on the road. We had a strong 4th quarter, and we were able to win. Giannis still had 36 points, but the rest of the team wasn't really all that impressive. That's why they lost. For us, Davius Shepherd played very well. He had 30 points. But what about Cam Reddish really stepping it up? 17 points in the 4th quarter. He was phenomenal, and he was in at the end of the game over Cedric Garrett. Not that Garrett was bad, although he hasn't been spectacular in this series. But Cam Reddish earned those final minutes. He was really impressive in this game. So a gigantic Game 3 win for the Cavs. We are back in this series, but we cannot let our guard down. Game 4 is still very important. Although teams have come back from 3-1 leads before, we don't want to put ourselves in that position. So, still a very important game here for our Cavaliers. Same starting lineups for both teams. Miles Turner back in as the starting center for the Cavs, and then Milwaukee really has not changed our starting lineup at all, and they've played strong basketball, so there's really no reason for them to change that starting lineup. Cavs rocking their alternate jerseys, by the way, today, as Kawhi Leonard no good. Shepherd with the offensive rebound gets the putback. Nice play by Davius Shepherd, not known as a great offensive rebounder, but he got one there. John Musa, tough shot, no good, but Giannis gets the rebound and the putback with ease as he boxed out Kawhi Leonard perfectly on that play. 6-4 now, Wendell Carter trying to drive by Turner, and he does with no problems. I get when it's someone as fast as Giannis, but you can't let Wendell Carter drive by you. That's just textbook bad defense by Miles Turner. 8-4, there's a nice pull-up 3 for Shepherd. He has a quick 5 points, but Milwaukee's looking good early. They lead 7-12. Kawhi Leonard now has some space, and he will splash in the triple. 12-10 now as John Musa is blocked at the rim by Cedric Garrett. Cleveland on the fast break. Shepherd, fadeaway 3, nothing but net. I don't really know why Davius Shepherd took that shot, but hey, it worked. Cavs up by 1. A ridiculously hard 3 for John Musa. Great defense by the Cavs, but it still falls. 19-17, a bad pass there by Turner as Musa steals it away. On the other end, a really tough layup to fall. And a strong first quarter here for John Musa. Giannis has not done a whole lot, but the supporting cast has been really impressive. Burke is blocked by Mamadou. Cleveland on the other end. Here comes Kevin Porter Jr. Nice slam for KPJ to make it a 2-point game with under 20 seconds to go. Giannis with it. Tight defense by Big Fafa as he drills the 3. He knew that was in as soon as he shot it. Bucks take a 5-point lead. Porter with the ball at the buzzer, and it is good. Nothing but net for Kevin Porter Jr. That'll do it for quarter number 1. Cleveland again down by 2, just like the end of Game 3's first quarter. We'll see what the Cavs can do here in the second. A dart for Kawhi Leonard into Cam Reddish. Reddish with a strong start here in Game 4 after he was outstanding down the stretch in Game 3. Tyrell Terry, tight defense, still makes the 3. Bucks up by 5. Here's John Musa now with the ball. Again guarded by Porter as Musa goes in, gets the and 1. And the Bucks with a really strong start to the second quarter. They're building up this lead pretty nicely. 31-36. Here's Jakob Pokovic. Tough shot, no good, but Wendell Carter is there for the rebound and the putback. Giannis has not done a whole lot today, but the rest of his Bucks team is playing far better than they did in Game 3. Carter now drives by Diafafafobo for the dunk, putting Milwaukee up by 9. Cavs need a bucket, and they get one right there. Shepard with the and 1. John Musa called for the foul. So a nice play for Odavius Shepard. Now a 6-point Bucks lead as Trey Burke gets the screen from Giannis. Burke, fadeaway 3, drills it, and the Milwaukee Bucks are back up by 9. A very strong second quarter here for Milwaukee, as here is Cam Reddish with a really tough 3. Despite strong defense by Burke, it still falls. So it's now 39-45. Not a lot of time left in this quarter as Higgins-Whitecraft rips the ball away. On the fast break, in the corner for Killer, Cam Reddish for 3. 12 points in the first half for Reddish. Cleveland trying to get a stop here. It's been a rough second quarter, but if they can get one here, that'd be pretty big, and they don't. Nice defense by Odavius Shepard, but Trey Burke somehow gets that one to go in. So the Cavs have not looked great today. I think they're lucky that it's only a 5-point game because I think the Bucks have been really impressive. Giannis is a very quiet 15. He hasn't been bad today. He's on pace for 30 and 14. I can't say he's been bad, but the rest of this Milwaukee team has been really impressive. Higgins-Whitecraft misses the layup, but Kawhi is there for the putback as Milwaukee takes a 9-point lead. Here is Giannis. Gets it to Wendell Carter in the corner over to Jackson Lewis, who completely fools Cedric Garrett on the pump fake to get the layup, and the Bucks are now up by 11. Cleveland needs to get hot as Mamadou Anechiania will make the 3, and it's now an 8-point game. Mamadou then drives out for Kawhi over to Cedric Garrett for 3. Garrett with only 2 points in the first half. Let's see if he can step up as it's now 51-60. Porter's shot is blocked. Garrett gets it back, runs out to the 3-point line, gonna take his time, gonna take a shot, and drills it. The Cavs are shooting the ball really well from long distance at the moment as it's now 54-60. Bucks on the fast break. Giannis just going to drive by Mamadou with no problem and let it fly in. If only Mamadou is a few inches taller because he definitely has the strength to deal with Giannis. Cedric Garrett makes another 3. Garrett is hot, and the Cavs are only down by 5 as they are living and dying by the long ball here in the third quarter, and it is working. Reddish with the steal. Cleveland on the fast break. Cam Reddish for 3. He greens it, and it's now only a 2-point game. Cleveland's offense is on fire right now. Reddish gonna take another one, and he drills it. The Cavs are now up by 1, and they just cannot miss from 3. 63-62. Giannis with the flush, telling the crowd to king him. 63-66. Cavs quickly tie it back. Kevin Porter Jr. gets the and 1. And the Cavaliers' offense has been really impressive here in the third quarter. Obviously, the shooting has been great. As John Musa with a ridiculously tough shot had Reddish right in his face, and it still fell. 66-69. Reddish is blocked at the rim by John Musa. Musa has been outstanding in this game, by the way. Drew Holiday makes the 3. Remember that nice Cavs lead? Well, it is completely evaporated. The Bucks are now up by 4, and then John Musa just proceeds to do that. John Musa, of all people, is making ridiculous acrobatic layups. 70-74. Burke, last second shot, no good. Pokovic gets the offensive rebound, doesn't get it to fall before the end of the third quarter. The Cavs were outstanding in that quarter, and they're still down by 4. They only made up 1 point in that quarter despite playing really well. I don't know what type of defense that was by Cedric Garrett. He just left Dante DiVincenzo wide open, who makes the 3. 72-81. Cavs need to start to get hot again as Jason Higgins-Whitecraft makes the 3. 75-81 now. Tyrell Terry with the basketball. Terry gets it over to Dante DiVincenzo at the top of the key. The Bucks cannot miss from the top of the key today. They've had so many threes fall from there, as it's a 9-point game. Shepherd with the drive and the flush. Nice dunk by Odavius Shepherd. Bucks up by 9 with just under 5 minutes to go. Wendell Carter, guarded by Turner, gets it over to Giannis. Giannis with the drive. He caught a body. Might as well call him Father Giannis because he completely baptized Cedric Garrett. 77-88. Tough three will fall for Odavius Shepherd. And the Cavs are going to try to stay in it, but Giannis is red hot at the moment. Going to go for the step back three. He's just making everything right now. 81-91. Wendell Carter is blocked. Cavs need to get some points on this possession as they're down by 10. Reddish flying in, gets the and one. Dzanan Musa called for the foul. Reddish with 22 points today. He again has been phenomenal. Kawhi rips it away from Giannis. Cavs on the fast break. Higgins-Whitecraft, 4-3. It's good. And Cleveland is all of a sudden only down by 4. This game just got real interesting, and we're going to have another tight ending. Immediately coming off the timeout, Tyrell Terry gets a huge three. The Cavs had all the momentum right before that play. Milwaukee needed to get some points there, and they did. Now a 9-point game as Kawhi steals it on the inbound. Leonard gets it to Odavius Shepherd. He greens the three. A lot of these threes from the Cavs today have been green, nothing but net. 92-96 with a minute and a half to go. Bucks on top as Terry lobs it up for Giannis. And the Bucks appear to be in control. Cleveland's going to need a massive comeback to avoid the 3-1 lead. Shepherd with tight defense from Holiday makes the three. Giannis on the ground. He would get back up as Terry gets it to Musa. Back out to Giannis. On the drive, gets the finish. Milwaukee up by 5. Now they're up by 3. And Cleveland needs a stop bad. But they would not get it as Giannis does the exact same dunk that Reddish did in Game 3. That might be the dagger as it's a 9-point game with 25 seconds to go. Shepherd just heaves up some junk and it does drop. So it's now a 6-point game. Cavs aren't technically out of it, but they're not looking good as Tyrell Terry is fouled by Odavius Shepherd. He would make both free throws. 8-point game with 20 seconds to go. Shepherd again. How many greens from 3 are the Cavs going to make today? It's impressive because they're making all these shots while losing. The Bucks have put the scrubs in for whatever reason as Tony Tatum would get fouled. Shepherd is now out of the game as he's fouled out. Reddish misses the 3, and that's pretty much going to end the game. Milwaukee will take Game 4, 109-103. The Cavaliers really shot the ball well from 3 today. And I think they played well, particularly on offense, but defensively they didn't play too bad either. And normally this would be a good enough performance to get a win, but the Bucks are just too damn good. Milwaukee takes a 3-1 series lead. Giannis was great, 36-16. But how about Dzanan Musa with 29 points? He was a drag to play against in this game. I mean, he was phenomenal, and at the beginning of this series, I was saying, why is Dzanan Musa in this starting lineup? He's not a good player. How did this team get here with guys like him starting? But I guess I underestimated him. He's been quite good in this series and had a phenomenal Game 4. Shepherd and Reddish, again, were our 2 best players. Nobody else stepped up outside of those guys, though. Those 2 were really the only guys I've been impressed with these past 2 games, and we need more guys to play well. We have to go perfect now. There's no more room for error as we're down 3-1 here in the Eastern Conference Finals. We have to be perfect, otherwise our season's going to come to a close. The Western Conference Finals is very interesting. The Warriors won the first 2 games, but the Phoenix Suns have clapped back to tie it at 2. So next episode will be Game 5 and only Game 5 because it is an elimination game. Hopefully the Cavs can get back on track. Peace out.